Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another edition of Talk That Tech, the
Number one tech morning show in the world. Good morning.
good morning. And we're so glad to have you with us. Yeah, we were missing in action last week, but we are back and ready to go. And just a couple of things to let you know that we are ready and rocking. We do want to let you know this is a call in show. If you are new to the channel, definitely. So I'm going to drop that link once we get into that first subject. I'm not going to do it right this second, but as soon as we get done with that first subject, you can call in. Must be 18 years or older to call and join us. We appreciate you, OTTO, as well for dropping in and being a part of the crew. As always, thank you so much for rocking with us on this Monday morning.
Yes,
And then,
indeed.
like, yes, indeed. And like always, like, comment, and subscribe if you find anything of value along the way. But we're going to get right into it because we got a lot to cover here, and we want to make sure that we get that info to you and actually have this conversation rolling. So, without further ado, we're going to jump right into that first topic that you saw. And it's a big one. It's a big one because it actually shows something or implies something that we already knew, which is regarding social media and its addictive nature. And so, with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to Trey to dive more into the topic.
Yeah, man. So this is one of those ones for me where sometimes you got to see, like, hey, I need to take accountability, or hey, they doing some real trickery going on, and I just can't stop. I can't stop. I don't know, but we'll find out. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But yes, as my boy Joseph was saying, big tech, they kind of just lost in court. Now they're gonna fight it. This is what they're saying, but they lost a big one. All right, we have in Los Angeles, LA, they found that Meta apps. All right, so the owner of Instagram and YouTube. Okay, this includes Instagram and YouTube, huge, big ones. They were deliberately built to be addictive. Now, I don't think it's a secret, but um, sometimes people might not have watched the documentary, or sometimes people don't really know that side of it as far as, psychology and what they're doing to make you keep scrolling and all the backstory. But that's what we're going to be talking about right now. So, the company's executives, they knew that this was addictive and they failed to protect their youngest users. Okay, so a little backstory: the plaintiff of this case is a 20-year-old woman, only identified as Kaylee. She alleged that she started using YouTube at the age of 6. Now, is that YouTube's fault or her parents' fault? I don't know, but we're going to keep going. 6 and Instagram at the age of 9. Now, during the 6-week trial, jurors determined whether Meta and YouTube were implemented specific design features like recommendation algorithms and autoplay that contributed to her severe mental distress. So she testified that hey, she stopped engaging with family because of time spent on social media, and she, started suffering from anxiety, depression as young as 10 years old. Now, later developing body dysmorphia from constantly comparing herself to other people through beauty filters. So, either way, what did Meta and YouTube argue? They pushed back super hard, right? The attorneys for the tech giant claimed that her mental health problems came from her turbulent childhood and that she used the services as a coping mechanism. All right. CNBC Instagram head Adam Mosseri even disputed the word addiction itself on the stand. So the jury, they weren't buying it. The jury's like, I don't know. Y'all did some stuff. All right. So the jury awarded $3 million in compensation damages and then added another $3 million in punitive damages, bringing the total amount to $6 million. Meta was found 70% responsible and YouTube was found 30% responsible. So excuse me. Here's a crazy one though. Internal documents showed during the trial revealed that Meta executives described efforts to attract kids as tweens, right? Now, one document read, if we want to win big with teens, we must bring them in as tweens. Another showed 11-year-olds were 4 times as likely to return to Instagram compared to competing apps, despite the platform requiring uh, users to be 13. So either way, yeah, I know y'all wonder, like, yo, why does this even matter to me though? This is the first of more than 1,500 similar cases against the company that have to go to trial. And repeated losses here, right? Remember, this one was $6 million, but repeated losses could put Meta on the hook for billions of dollars and force them to change the platform. So legal experts, they're saying that the verdict could open the floodgates of litigation, right? And trigger more lawsuits from families of minors. So they have compared this moment to big tobacco. Y'all know big smoking companies from the 90s when cigarettes companies were forced to pay billions of dollars for targeting minors. The tech industry may be next, but Meta and YouTube said they gonna appeal. Okay, they're gonna appeal it all. So I don't know, but what I do know is, the same algorithm that the creators are using on there is now kind of up in the air. Like, if they continue to lose, they might have to switch some stuff around, which is not going to be good. Not going to be good. So y'all, let me know what y'all think on this. I mean, 6 million on the first hit, and they got 1,500 more, and who knows how many more are coming after that.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, this is going to be a tough year for their legal team. I mean, this
Dude,
is, or years, I should say. Let me go to the comment section though, because we did get some comments in the building. Again, thank you, OTTO. Peace and blessings, family. Appreciate you
what up? What
as
up?
always. Thank you, man. We have far away from here 8340 that says, I agree with the lawsuit. These companies knew what their platforms would do psychologically to children.
They
Man.
definitely do. I mean, I watched a documentary years ago, and people from these certain companies, they don't even let their kids use the app. People who work at the company, who work on the stuff, don't even let their own kids use it, but they're okay with you letting yours. Now the question is that on them or is that on the parents? I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it's equivalent to the CEO of McDonald's taking a bite out of his Big Mac, his quote unquote product for lunch. It's like I can make the stuff, but I'll be damned if I have to eat it.
Hey,
So, yeah,
hey,
that is what it's
like
looking
like
like.
I'm giving the people what they want. You mad at me for giving the people what they want?
Yeah.
I ain't making you do it, or am I? Or am I? I don't know. This is a hard one, man. This is a hard one.
Yeah. And Tech Coach Ralph, what up? We got Tech Coach Ralph in the building as well. Says, yo, I thought they were still deciding on punitive damages. Well, yeah, this was late. We tried to get the news as close to the show as possible. And so we found out that some of the verdicts came in, was it last week, Friday? It came in recently that again, 3 million. This is by ABC News, by the way, that reported that part that said about 3 million in compensatory damages, and 3 more million punitive damages. That brings a total of 6 million for this one case alone. And there's 1,500 similar use cases. This is gonna be like a class action lawsuit at this point. Maybe if there's somebody that gets involved and says, "Hey, let's just get everybody their money here." This is going to be quite the situation. We have also, Tech Coach Ralph says Meta also lost a New Mexico case for $375 million. So listen, that's a lot of money. No, it doesn't matter what. And if they lost that with all these 1,500 cases going on, who knows? Taco drops at McDonald's made me fat with their fries. You know what? It's so funny.
Hey,
This is kind of personal, but I'll say it. My dad was my dad was mad at my mom. She's like, you know, when you were a kid growing up, you was always want to go to McDonald's, and your mom never say no. And she's like, he's like, you're messing. You got that fat gene because of that. I was laughing at the thought of that. But hey, listen, you know, they get us one way or another, right?
no, that's a
Um,
fact.
yeah, man. And so yeah, no, McDonald's made me fat with their fries. Fries, nuggets, all of that. Take a Raj also says, and she's still using those
That's
platforms.
the that's the one, bro. Like that's the one for real. Because like something like that, if I gotta pay 6 million to you because of
Mm,
damages,
get out.
nah, yeah. Your name, anything around your name, your IP address, you can't even get on. It's just you can't even get it on your phones.
Mm,
Like, uh-uh.
you are
But yeah, she
officially
probably
blocked.
still she was using it during the trial. In
Eh,
between, in
probably
between breaks. In between
Po-
breaks, man.
posting about what's going on. Well, I mean, to the most that she can. Um, Probably taking selfies too. This is why people take plea deals. Take a
Yeah,
route says.
yeah,
Man, and he said,
100%.
people outsource apps to babysit their kids and then blame them. That is uh, that is true. There's people that do that.
Dude, dude, I was what was I at? Oh, I was on a work trip, man. And I was talking with a guy. It was my first time meeting him, so I just chopping it up. And he was talking about how um his daughter at the time, I think, was 11, but he was saying how she was addicted to her iPad, which I'm assuming, you could relate that back to some of these apps, YouTube, something. But either way, he was saying that, at 11, she had finally came to them and was
Yeah.
saying that she was sorry, because when they took it from her at the age of, I think, 9,
Hmm.
like she had some, like she was literally addicted. Like it was,
Withdrawals.
yeah,
Symptoms.
yeah, big time withdrawals. And so
Yeah.
a couple years had passed, and she was, just now like, yes, I agree, I was addicted, but she was mad at him forever.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I mean, it's bad. It's one of those things you got to be careful. Give in moderation, everything in moderation, man.
Everything
If
in
you're gonna do it,
moderation.
if you're gonna do it in moderation.
Yeah. And truth be told, I've even seen it with my own kids. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sometimes my wife, she homeschools, and there's times even just like if you put it on like the big screen for like Miss Rachel or and the little things for the kids to watch, right? While
Mm-hmm.
she's work with the other kids sometimes, the older ones, it's still that plus the option of having on your phone. I heard that it's about that control aspect that they could literally. Because back in the day, we still have channels and stuff like that. Growing up, cartoons, but the fact they could control and go everywhere, it's like, man, it does have elements of it that really can affect the development of the brain, where they
No, I agree.
believe that everything should be instant all of a sudden. Like, hey, why didn't you give it to me now? Like it's like, listen, that's not how it works. I'm not Chef Boyardee. We got to talk about this. I don't even know if they know what Chef Boyardee is. I don't even think that's
I
around
know,
anymore.
right?
But
I try. Look, I try to give my daughter the Chef Boyardee raviolis. Like she was like 1 years old. Man,
he's like, no.
didn't even touch it. Didn't even touch it. I, stuff. I blew it.
Yeah.
Blew it.
Oh, we got Garrett True at 7976 that says, "Wait, the text had it so good." Oh man, and in a lot of ways they still do, but this has
Oh
been a
yeah.
couple of years of exposure.
This is a part. This is a part of it, man. You run the bag up crazy, and then you have people who come out of the woodworks. You got to pay them a little ducats. Peel off a few coins, and then you run it back up again. Trust me, it's one of those things.
Mm, mm. Yeah, well, this is a serious one from that we have from far away from here 8340 that said my daughter loved My Little Pony and would let her watch YouTube, and we didn't know about the autoplay feature. She was exposed,
Ah,
unfortunately, to the P word, and that was over
whoa,
12 years ago. There was a time in YouTube, it was the Wild Wild West. I ain't gonna lie. Earlier on,
really,
when before it got acquired by Google and stuff like that, there was not as much blocks and things. Things could seep through. Things could seep through in those time periods.
bro? What,
Um, yeah, and sometimes if you also remember there was a story about YouTube Kids where it was honestly evil people. I'm just gonna say it straight up. Evil people that would take like let's say Peppa Pig for example, and they would chop it up and
hmm
edit it and add like some cruel things, flash images in between it, and all sorts of stuff, and animate them like killing each other and using vulgar language, all sorts of crazy stuff in
bro?
an attempt to expose kids to that, which I think again pure evil. I'm gonna say
That's
I'm a parent. I have no problem saying that these people are pure
yeah,
evil.
yeah.
Um,
That's a fact.
and so and so so this situation 12 years ago, I mean now thankfully it has gotten a that
Oh
regulation, they
yeah,
have it tamped down, like that they got it, but back in the day when they're first coming up, there are people that are doing malicious things. And don't get me wrong, the CEO at the time, everybody else, they tried their best, but it was a
yeah.
growing platform that had people that were trying to take advantage of it and do all sorts of stuff. So I know exactly where this parent is coming from. So thank you for sharing that story as
Man,
well.
that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, it was
I
wild
mean, that
time. It
that's
was
kind
wild
of
time.
and that look. I know they take it serious when it comes to the kids too, though, because or at least now, because I don't know if you remember a few years ago, man, AdSense, the money side for the creators was kind of jacked up for a little while because of some stuff that kind of slipped through on the kids side, and the
Mm,
advertisers kind of pulled back, and it kind of messed up. But with that they put in a lot more changes. Now you gotta, click, hey, is this for kids? Yes or no?
mhm.
Before you post, but a lot of different things on the back end now. So, man, it's crazy though that stuff like that had, happen, and then people are evil, man. Some of them,
Yeah.
some of
No,
them can
you are
it can get
telling the
ugly.
truth. You are telling the truth. And I'm gonna go back to another comment he just said, and then I'm going to another one. He said, I didn't let her watch it at all the time. We just didn't know about the algorithms then, and that's
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
sorry that that happened because you think like you think your kid is just watching a little like again, we think of cartoons, but we grew up in that age where it's just like what you're watching is cartoons, not to realize that that they can be exposed to so much different things.
yeah, yeah. Cause see now the autoplay, cause I be in there with mine. Like, like if she's watching, I'm watching too. I need to know if it's my first time or if it's something that I ain't seen her watch
Yeah,
before, I'm watching. I'm watching the whole thing. But
yeah,
now the autoplay is pretty cold. Like if you on
children
Miss
stuff.
Rachel, it's gonna be on Miss Rachel. It's gonna
Mhm.
autoplay through her stuff. If you on I don't know, Sesame Street, it's gonna stick in there and just run through different things. So it's gotten a lot better, but I be in there too. I be looking.
Yeah. And also something that adds, you're like, hey, it's not that it's bad, but it's not like something you want your kids to be inundated with all the time. So it kind of makes
That's the
sense to
thing.
like push the YouTube premium or YouTube whatever the next level up is, where you don't go to avoid ads. It kind of
Yeah,
incentivizes parents or people to do that, where it's like, okay, I see the value in YouTube, keeps entertained, but I don't want to expose them to everything.
yeah.
Um, yeah, no, these are really good valid points. Techos Route
They should
says
just they should just
Good.
keep ads like they used to do back in the day with us. Our
Mhm.
ads used to be toys and sock 'em boppers and
More fun than a pillow fight.
like
Yeah,
commercials used to get you ready for Christmas. Like, oh
yeah,
yeah, I'm putting that on my list for show. I
that is
need
so
that one.
true.
The super soaker with the extra attachments on it, like kids playing outside, like that's what commercials were for kids, back then. I don't know what they
Mhm.
are now, when you don't got premium or something. I don't know, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
Skip It, all those different toys. That's a really
Yeah.
good point. That's a really good point. at sort of different purpose. You're getting your shopping list up, so you know what's out there.
Oh yeah,
Oh man, nowadays it's all
100%.
sorts of stuff. I will go to Tech Coach Ralph's comment. He said they can afford to take care of their own kids. Parents ask for a babysitter. So they can or they can't. Let me see.
I don't
It says
know,
they can.
but if he's saying they can afford to take care of their own kids, parents asked for a babysitter.
Oh, so I guess
Uh,
social media being the babysitter. I think that's what he was
I
saying.
guess so. Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
so. Yeah,
yeah,
like
and
hey, if you don't want to pay, $1,500.
he's talking about the owners. Talking about the owners. He
Yeah.
says.
Oh, I see. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah. Nah.
yeah. That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Okay. Got you. Got you. And TTO says Meta screaming, "I built this brick by brick." Listen, if they want to, either if it's Snowfall or Denzel, you know, um, they literally did one algorithm at a time, and here we are. But this was something that I think was inevitable. People have been talking about this for years, and it's gotten more exposed as we have gone past the years. And I think
Yeah.
somebody mentioned it as well about the COVID and the pandemic and how everybody was inside. I think that was Ted Coach's point that he made, remembering during COVID how parents were upset they had to be responsible for their
Oh,
own kids.
dude,
Oh,
I
they
actually do. I didn't have kids at the time, and so for me, it was kind of wild to hear it. Like, I mean, it still is wild, but you would hear parents be like, when can they go back to school? Like all
oh
of
yeah,
this stuff, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, bro, this is your child. like,
yeah, yeah. No,
like
I
now,
yeah.
now you should be giving stuff to Teacher Appreciation Day because you realize
Hard
how
is.
wild your kid is. I'm not even gonna say bad, but how interesting your child is. Now you need to appreciate what them teachers are going through every day,
Mhm.
and believe the teacher sometimes.
Yeah.
These parents out here, no, my child didn't do that. Y'all up here, y'all targeted him. No, your child is a menace, and now you see it, and now you need to go apologize. But yeah, I
Mhm.
do remember that, bro. I remember that. It was a lot of them.
Yeah, no, and also for me it was the opposite. For us, it was like, wow, like we had to do a lot of the work ourselves with the kids. Like the teacher's
Hmm.
there, but we had to do a lot of like the making sure they're doing their work, making sure they're doing that. And at the age, it was easy to get distracted, right? So we had to be very present, and just kind of gave us the idea like we could kind of homeschool
We can
ourselves,
actually do this.
we
Yeah,
could actually
yeah,
do this. So
yeah,
that's why we start. It's one of the reasons that pushed us to homeschool, and to
yeah,
like again curate, a little bit more of their education. But I was just thinking like along the lines of what was said. There were parents who were like, "Yeah, get these kids out of my house,"
hmm,
and maybe it was the stress of having to do that while they're doing their job. Who knows? Maybe they were a single parent, and it's just like it was all on them. So there's a lot of different factors to it. I'm gonna go to yeah. He said I allow no social media far away
yeah,
from here,
yeah.
and I
That would
don't.
do it for you for sure. You get an experience like that, it's cut
Yeah,
off. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, for
shut it
sure.
down. Completely. And let me and you have to I don't have to go into detail, but was that your only child? If you don't feel comfortable sharing, you don't have to, but I'm just curious, like, how did that affect, the parenting of other children that you had moving forward? Because, as a parent myself, I'm taking notes. But yeah, also said, "Not always true. This was specifically designed to cause addiction." Speaking about, having social media parenting and babysitting the kids. It's serious, and we definitely had to address the issue. Not all parents are bad. We know better
No,
now. Yeah, yeah,
no,
not
for
all parents
sure.
are. Yeah.
No, not all parents are bad, but like at the heart of it, my question was, is it all on Meta and whoever, like all the other social media providers, or is it some on the parents as well? Like that was my question. I'm not saying all parents are bad. I don't know if that's even why he was saying that, or her. But my
Yeah, I think
the
it's just the
question.
comment. I think there was a comment
Oh,
too. Yeah, yeah,
oh,
there was
okay, okay, yeah. Because
yeah.
I mean, my question is just it. I don't know. Like it can't be all on them, no matter who it is. As
Mhm.
parents, as
Yeah.
parents, can we see everything? No. Can we protect them from everything? No. But to say it's all on them, I personally cannot agree with that. Me. Now, other people, they might have different opinions for different reasons. But as a parent, as a protector of my kids and my children, my family, some of that is on me to say, hey, you know what? No. Or just a little bit. Or like I said, I personally, I watch with mine. Like I'm right there. I might be on my laptop. I'm listening though. It's been a few where I'm like, no, we're not watching that no more. I turned it as soon as it got to the spot. Boom, I clicked. Hey, we watching something else. She didn't have a problem with it because she's still young, but it's it's also curating as she gets older. Hey, this is not one of the ones that we watch, and here's
Mhm.
why. I'll explain. I have no problem explaining why, but all I'm saying is it can't be all on them. But if you believe it's all on them, you know, feel free to explain. If you're listening later on in the after this is broadcast, you can explain to us too. I'm open for sure, but that's just my opinion right now. You know,
No, yeah. As you were saying that, I definitely want to put that in the comments. There is this the fault of the tech company, or are parents responsible as well? Let us know that in the chat. I know we kind of started going this path anyway. Um, but that's
yeah.
something I would definitely want to hear from you guys. Is this the fault of the tech companies, or also the responsibility of the parents? And I would have to say yes to both. I would have to agree that, as much as the tech companies are at fault for
Yeah, yeah.
this, we as parents do have to have a responsibility of making sure they're good. And that's what was said in the conversation here as well.
Hmm.
Um, he says, I allow no social media, whoever
There
far
you
away from
go.
here is, and that is taking
Yeah,
responsibility. That is saying, as a parent,
yeah.
this is what I'm going to do. I know what they're doing. I'm not letting not some damage has been done. I'm taking care of that damage. I know you said it's also your only child, so we're working on that, and this is how I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we all as parents, or those who are parents, I should say, should take note of. And not even just parents, but people that have children in their lives, whether they're nieces, nephews, whatever the case, cousins. We all have a responsibility to kind of be like, hey, listen,
But but also
to a degree.
also
Yeah,
let's be honest. Adults too. I can't tell you the amount of adults I see doing like this.
yeah, we're all hunchbacks now. We're all
You know what I
hunchbacks.
mean? You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like adults too. So, but it's one of those.
yeah,
And
no,
we got
absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Tech Coach Ralph said, "Did you eat it yourself, Trey?" Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
talking
trying to
about the
remember.
raviolis? Talking about
Yeah.
the sometimes, bro. Sometimes. I mean, I remember it being all right. Like, I
Yeah,
just,
laugh
you
at
walking by the aisle and then you like, oh, let me grab, I remember these, let me grab and see if there's some she like. But I remember eating them sometimes for sure. When my mom didn't cook or something, I would, get them and she would warm them up on the stove, you know,
Mhm. Yeah.
and get it right. You got to hook it up though. See, that's the thing about us. We're gonna always add a little extracurriculars in there. Make it right. So you got the little oregano, little. You gonna make it right.
Yeah. No, absolutely, absolutely. And then OTTO says, Trey, that's the truth. People talking about my son didn't do that, knowing you sent BB's kids to school.
Baby's,
Uh
baby's kids.
baby's kids to school. Yeah.
Yo,
I think
no,
about BB's
that's.
kids, but it's true.
Oh no, no, it's baby's kids. That
Baby
movie, bro.
cartoons.
That movie.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
hilarious.
man.
No, it's a fact. It's a fact.
Yeah. And Tech Coach Rouse brings up another good point. Is it everything designed to be addictive? At least
Yes.
at this
That's the
point.
goal. Like the goal, yes. Like
Attention.
even when it like no matter what you're talking about, their goal is they want you to use it as much as you can. And whatever way they can get you to do that, that's what up to a certain point, that's what they're gonna do. Even with like, clothes. When I was heavy on that industry, I learned
Mm-hmm.
about a term called psychological obsolescence. What does
Mm.
that mean? What does that
Mm.
mean? Hey, this season, long skirts are in. Everybody buying long skirts. Next season, all right, back to short skirts.
Skirts is the
Hey,
new black.
season after, no skirts. You get caught wearing a skirt, you're out of
Got it.
style all the way. Like
Mm.
2 seasons ago, skirts was just in. Psychological obsolescence. Boom. What
Mm.
is that? What is that telling us? Hey, I gotta always be in style. I gotta always, so every industry, every industry, that's their goal. Now, does that make it right? No. Coca-Cola putting actual Coke in the in the in the drink, that was
Ooh,
not okay. That was not okay.
that
But
was
what
not
were they
okay.
trying to do? They were trying to get you addicted. Did it work?
Mm.
I mean, look at the brand today. I would say even if they got to do it for a little while, it worked. So
Mm.
I would agree with that statement, to be honest, even if it's on different levels.
Yeah, Taco Drow said people shooting over Jordan's line wrapped around the line. Hey, yeah, this is an example of
They
it.
can they can make a billion pair. Why do they only make 200 of this one?
Mm.
It is designed to sell out, designed to, it's, yeah, literally.
Yeah, sugar is that bro. It is. It is. That's why people have cravings for, and I could testify. That's why people have cravings for all sorts of stuff, right? So absolutely
Yeah.
right. So yeah, going back to this though, with the question is the fault of the tech companies or parents are the responsible parties. Far away from here, 8340 says we are partially responsible, but companies advertise the product deceptively. Also, because we Gen Xers were the experiment, those after us were able to gain from our experience. Yeah, we were definitely in a weird place between having nothing and then all of a sudden having everything.
Oh yeah.
And we were like, and our generation was exposed to a lot,
Yeah.
for sure. But with knowledge comes responsibility, as they say, right? So the more we know, the more we have to be responsible for that. Tech Coach Ralph battles
Facts.
back though. He says 90% on parents, 10% on the
Mm.
companies. That is quite an overwhelming position there. And, wait, he said, I mean, did you eat it when your daughter refused it? The
Oh,
ravioli.
bro, I'm not gonna hold you. Nope. I did not. I did. I did not. I warmed it up. I hooked it up, and I probably should have, like, she just don't want it right now. So I let it cool
Mm.
off. I packed it up and I put it in the refrigerator. And yeah, she still didn't eat it. But no, I didn't eat it, bro. I should have. I probably would have. I thought I hooked it up, but I should have saw why she didn't like it. Maybe it was the taste. I don't know.
Mm.
That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. And then I mean, maybe it was like, hey, listen, this is for kids. I don't, so some things I do eat after my kids. Some things I'm like, let's think about this one. I don't know. TOTO says, right, they sell out and then magically have a restock when it comes to these shoes and clothes and
Bro, I was just but with the
scarcity.
shoes, real quick, I was just talking. I was out with a lot of my family yesterday. We had went to a park and barbecued, did all the stuff. And one of my cousins, he had rolled up on the bike, the motorcycle, because it was a nice day yesterday. And his his Jordan, his Jordan had ripped apart, like, it had
Mm,
separated. And so his wife, he had to wear his wife's slides, and his wife had some more shoes in the car. But we were talking. I was like, he was like, man, I'm sick of this with Jordan. I've been having these. I can't remember how long he had those. And I was telling him, I was like, bro, I'm done with Jordan. I got a closet with, I had a closet with quite a few. Then I gave
yeah,
my brother some and all that. But basically, I was like, I'm done buying them. I have
yeah,
a pair from 1999. I got a pair from 2005, and
you have enough.
one from like 2011. That all of them have separated. Like, I can't wear them. I need to get the shoe glue, the ones that they use when they first put them together.
Wow.
But over time, if you don't wear them, then it break apart and all that kind of
Oh
stuff.
no.
So I was like, bro, this is crazy. You pay all that money, but it's one of those things where I don't know if it's because I wasn't wearing them or what, but either way, I'm done. I got other
Wow.
shoes in the closet that work, but yeah, bro. But magically, yes, they have restocked magically. And by the
Wow.
way, they keep putting out the same ones.
In different
How
colors.
many of them? Like, bro, I done had a few multiple different times in my life, and I'm like, wait, why did I buy these again?
Yeah.
Anyway, off that soapbox. I'm sorry.
No worries. I wanted to ask, like, is it supposed to be like because I'm not a fashionable guy. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like plain Jane when it comes to certain things. Or
Oh,
Joe.
hold on, real quick, bro. I know you're
Yeah.
getting out of here far away
Yeah.
from
Yeah. Yeah.
here, but
Yeah.
appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Hmm.
Appreciate you. I know you gotta get out.
Yeah. No, I said, yeah, I go to the same thing. Definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a part of the discussion.
Yeah, get to that money.
Um, yeah, go get that dough.
But
But
what was you about to say, bro?
no, I was gonna say about the shoes. Like, I'm curious because I've heard something like, oh, you're supposed to keep it in like a certain type of container or something like that, like temperature wise.
Oh,
I don't
maybe.
know these things.
Maybe. I
Um,
mean, but
but
if
for
I'm
shoes,
buying it, I would assume that I should be able to keep it in the box that you supplied it in.
yeah.
Like I'm one of those who keep my boxes. So
Mm,
like I should just be able to keep them in there. It's stored properly. And then when I take them out, they should be ready to wear. I took
wow.
one of those pair out, bro, and literally I started walking, and the joint at the back was talking. Like
Flopping. Oh my
I was like,
goodness.
yo, I keep these things fresh for this reason. But anyway,
Yeah. Well, let me throw this one thing in there. Actually, we have a guest on the line. I'm gonna bring him up to join the conversation. We have none other than OTTO in the building. What up, OTTO?
what up?
Salute. What's up, fellas?
Salute,
Oh,
salute.
I can't call it.
Yeah, no, Joe, to answer your question, I mean, as a sneakerhead, well, I'm retired now, but yes, I mean, there's things you can do. Like Trey said, I mean, ultimately, you want to wear them unless you're just going to be a collector and you're going to be a reseller and buy and sell. But if you're actually going to have them, yeah, you can like vacuum seal them. There's different things that you can do to kind of preserve them, but oxidation
I'm wearing them.
ultimately will get to them at a point. I mean, I'm
Mm.
like Trey. At one point in time, I had over 200 pairs. I had everything from 1999, 95, all the way up to, early 2000s. But yeah, after a while, man, you got to start, because certain ones, man, even if you do vacuum seal them, once you take them out and that air hits them,
Crumbling.
if you don't wear them right away, you go to step on them. I've seen people that be walking and it come completely apart on them as they walk.
Oh my
Yeah.
So,
goodness.
yeah,
Embarrassing.
yeah, I mean, literally some Jordan threes. I saw a dude one day pull them out. I mean, it was original pair, and he wore out, and the whole bottom sole
Crumbling.
separated from the upper. Like he walked and took a step, and it just came apart. And then as he kept
Yeah, man.
walking, like the upper just started falling apart. The leather just started cracking and falling apart. It was crazy.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy. Imagine you
Imagine.
had them joints put up all this
Yeah,
time
right.
for this occasion, and then boom, you get
Yeah,
embarrassed you. I
Look
right.
would
at
have, man, I
Joe,
would have went online right then. I would have went live. Yo, I had these since.
And,
This is
I,
a
and I'm
shame.
I'm a hurt. I'm gonna hurt you even more,
Jordan
Trey.
Brand. They would have had to send me some more.
I'm gonna hurt you even more, Trey. It was on 4th of July. It was the True Blue
Ah,
threes. True Blue
yeah,
threes
yeah,
on 4th of July, bro.
man.
Tell
Oof.
me how you know that hurt, bro. You know that
yeah.
hurt.
That right there that was tough because everybody was out. Everybody
Right.
out.
And they watching you.
Right. You got your red, white, and blues on 4th of July, and your stuff just crumbled like a cookie.
Yo, I'm laughing at Teko's Ralph. So before you came on, Teko's Ralph says specialized chamber that keeps it cool at 74 degrees, 24/7 with self-sanitizing. And if you ever wear them, all bets are off. And then when you said what you
And then
said,
you,
he said, I was joking, but OTTO basically proved me right. Uh,
yep, yep,
he's,
100%.
I'm gonna do
Yep.
a class action lawsuit on Michael Jordan, says Tech Coach
There you
Ralph.
go.
Got me
There you
addicted
go.
to his shoes and just not to wear them.
Hey,
He don't,
somebody done tried it.
he don't care. He gonna smoke another cigar until you gone about your day.
Listen,
Probably
He does not. That
from the
man does
golf
not care.
from the
he
golf course or the
wants his money.
NASCAR suite.
He wants his
But
money.
to get back to the, you know what I'm saying, to the subject at hand, I think
Yeah.
it's kind of a combination. You know what I mean?
Mm,
They're not just tech companies, just companies in general. You know what I mean? Like you said, everything is built to be addictive. I mean, that's just what it is. Whether it be food, electronics,
mm,
you name it, it's built to be addictive for
mm.
these companies to make profit. You know what I'm saying? So it's yes, it's up to the parents to do their part.
Oh, he must have hit a dead spot, or is it just me?
Yeah, I think he might have hit a dead spot. But
Gotcha.
yeah, no, what I think again, I agree. Like it's a combination of both,
Yeah.
parents and these companies. Um, but I guess everybody has to look out for their own best interests. I think that's what it is. The company's looking out for their own best
No, that
interests by
that's
making it addictive, and getting as much people to stay on the platforms as possible, so they get more ads sent to them and more money and so on and so forth. And then parents have to do that in the best interest of the child. And so now this is a good. I'm glad we're talking about this because even as a parent myself, like I'm not gonna lie, there's been times where it's like overwhelming, and you're just like, hey, just watch this thing, just stick on this thing, and you
yeah.
really don't.
No,
You
that's
really,
hey, that's real, bro. That's real.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I think where we got to get to is when those times do come, then we know what they on, right? Like, yo,
yeah,
I know if you watching this, you learning, you enjoy it. I don't have to worry about it because I watched it with you before.
yeah,
Hey, go
yeah,
ahead and have at it for this amount of time, and then we
yeah.
back to regular scheduled programming. So I mean that's because that feeling is a real feeling, bro. Like,
Hmm.
yo, I got to get this done right now, please, please. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
yeah.
it's just where are we sending them to when that does happen? That's the key. But
Hmm.
yeah, I was about to say I know OTTO got a little cut out there, and I
Hmm.
know we do got to get out of here today, y'all. So I mean, if we
Yep.
want to wrap up on that, I mean, I think that's a good spot, bro, for
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah, no, definitely for sure. And now this, and then one thing I want to say before we go, because we are talking about that tech, is
Yeah, yeah.
like there's always options and opportunities within these situations. I mean, there's always these. I think Yippee, that's one brand I know of. There's always other groups that are like trying to craft the alternate because of these situations. And so that's another option too. It's like, hey, listen, if we know they're building these social media platforms that are addictive and providing content that we don't think is suitable for our kids, then there's alternatives out there that are now they're small, they're not as popular, but they're providing that value that you're looking for. They align, I should say, they align with
But
the value that you're looking for.
And also, yo, I mean, if you got iPhone, I don't know about other things, but even if you have an iPhone, I mean, they got joints on there called screen time. And I used to
Mm,
be proud of mine because y'all know I'm on social media, but I'm not really on social media. So if
yeah,
I'm
me too.
posting, I'm a post and ghoster. The only
Mm,
major social media that I use is YouTube, and I'm learning for 90 some percent of the time. Rarely just entertainment. Even when it
mhm.
is entertainment, it's like NBA
Edutainment.
highlights. I mean, no, if it's entertainment, it's like NBA or NFL highlights from the full game. So I don't have to
Yeah.
watch the whole 3 hours. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But if you check out that screen time, it'll tell you where your heart lies. Okay. Like
Mhm.
it ain't gonna lie to you. And you can also set limits from there. So if y'all never looked at screen time, you got to go to settings and then go to screen time, and you'll be able to see all the apps that you be on and the
Yeah.
amount of time that you spend on them. So that's one of those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I was gonna say also to add to that is maybe we should have a conversation about that next week about different ways to do that. Maybe if it's warranted, we could try to find a way to kind of piggyback on this conversation because it definitely resonates with a lot of people. Take Ralph says, why as parents would we place an app that can socialize with strangers or not monitor user generated content? 90% of parents. That's what he's saying. And he's a parent as well. So I understand what he's saying. The issue is YouTube is
Hmm.
free, versus paying for a specialized specific video. We always blame what is free.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like I always say, remember, y'all, if it's
Yeah.
free to
Free,
you, you are the product.
you are the product. If it's they have to make money one way or another. So they have to make money one way or another. But thank you so much, everybody, for rocking with us on this episode. It's been great. I believe I want to give a shout out to everybody that was a part of the show. We got Far Away From Here that joined. Thank you so much for joining. Of course, OTTO unfortunately had that situation on the road, but he's here rocking with us. We appreciate you. Tech Coach Ralph as well. Thank you so much. We had Gertrude 1976 7976 that joined us as well, and Gideon that joined, and then we also have Pam McCoy. Well, thank you all for those that joined and commented. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for rocking with us on this episode of Talk That Tech, the
#1 tech morning show in the world. We'll see y'all next week, baby.
yes, peace and elbow grease.